Good day. I welcome every viewer, subscriber, and just welcome you tonight. Yes, I really felt cast down today, and I think yesterday as well. And yeah, I went to bed early last night. Felt okay this morning, but yeah, from 10 o'clock, I again felt that feeling, just low in spirit, if I put it like that, cast down. Yeah, and I just sit around phoning people here and there. And I came to my PC again and I said, Lord, just speak to me. And as usual, I always open the Bible, e-sword, by the way. And that is how God is truly amazing on this Bible. And I did say just prior to that, Lord, I feel like I'm being cut off from you. And guess what the word says? Psalm 31 verse 2. For I said in haste, I am cut off from before thy eyes. Nevertheless, thou hearest the voice of my supplication when I cried unto you. Isn't that remarkable? I had to smile, and just that smile made me feel better already, Yeah, God hear our prayer, even when we are cast down, whether we feel low down, whatever the case is, God loves us, and God loves you, and this word is for you as well, and I'm going to encourage you with it. Oh, love the Lord, all ye saints, for the Lord preserveth the faithful, and plentifully rewardeth the proud doer. But be of good courage. Be of good courage, people. Each and every one of you watching this video. And ye shall strengthen your heart, all ye that hope in the Lord. Yes, and sometimes the days, especially what you read, see, and hear every day, do demotivate a person. Especially when you switch on a TV, it's just about corona, 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 corona. I switch on the TV, I don't want to hear anything, And I encourage you to do so. Horse got blinkers on. Just look straight forward. Let's focus upon Jesus. And I say this to myself. Focus upon Lord and look at the end before you. Look at Jesus. Jesus say, yes, watch and pray that we may be found worthy for the things that's coming on this earth, and the things that's coming on the earth, and to escape these things, to escape it. That escape speaks of the rapture, people. So, have your blinkers on and watch on. I want to encourage you with that. So, let's get on today's subject here. Yeah, why do the Jews believe in two messiahs and only one in Christianity? I did touch on this subject already, the two messiahs. I want to approach it from another angle today, because people do not understand what is going. They do not grasp. They don't see this man as the Antichrist, because people, they say people hate him. People hate him. And the Antichrist is a person that they would like. They would rather see Barack Obama as the person, but they do not see him as the one. But listen to the video and you'll find out why. And I did explain it already in a few of my videos, and I go into attach those videos today. And I hope today you have a better understanding. I just put this picture here as Jesus. Jesus is our true Messiah. He fulfilled already the one part that the Jew is actually rejected. But let's go on there. Messiah ben Joseph, according to rabbis, is the suffering Redeemer that the Hebrew prophets often spoke of. Someone who would battle the enemies of Israel and prepare the way for Messiah ben David. He is Messiah ben Joseph, and he is Messiah ben David. The two beasts of Revelation 13 and Revelation 13:11 are the two Messiahs of the Jews. God knows perfectly what is going on in the mind of the Jews. And Revelation 13 is that two false messiahs of the Jews. Those two are their messiahs. And I'm telling you, the Jews, 70 weeks are determined upon the Jews. And they will get saved out of it. There is 1 week remaining, not 3.5 years as some people teach. The Jews also believe it is 7 years. So now how come you believe it is 3.5 years when the Bible says 70 weeks are determined upon thy people? Which people are they talking about? They're talking about Israel. They're talking about Israel. People, that's right. These two beasts of Revelation 13:1, Revelation 13:1 describe 13:1 to 10 describe this person, Barack Obama. And Revelation 13:11 to 18 is describing this person. He is in charge of the technology, the biometric system, the RFID chip. He is responsible for that department. And he did say it's going to happen in his administration, people. He is the 7th king, and he is the 8th king according to Revelation 17, 10 to 12. Yes. Yeah. And I did the previous video, I mentioned it, but people don't see how he can become coronated king. And it's going to happen this year, people. He is a king and he is a king. These two are going to fulfill the role. You can go to the previous one. That's actually a better picture. He is going to fulfill the role of the Jewish Messiah. He is going to be the 7th king. He is going to be the new world order leader. And he will rule the first 3.5 years. He will rule the last 3.5 years. He is the 8th king, but he is also of the 7th. What does that mean? He is of the new world order. I hope you understand that. Thank you. So let's continue with our survey. So already read this part, the two beasts of Revelation 1 to 10 describe this person. And Revelation 13:11 is describing this person. Please do not switch the video off, because that is facts. These are facts. 90% of Christians today are deceived by Donald Trump. They do not believe anything bad about Donald Trump. But it is facts. Okay. When Rabbi studied Zechariah 12:1 to 10 to 12, and realized that the Messiah must die, many of them were baffled. They couldn't understand it. They wondered, how could a triumphant Messiah, son of David, die? Some rabbis solved the dilemma by creating two messiahs. And that is why we have Revelation 13 with two beasts. Those two beasts are both political figures. That is what the Jews believe. They are both political figures, and they are great in military as well. Donald Trump was in the Navy, he was in the military, and this man as well. Okay, and they had the exercise with the greatest military in the world. Both of these two. So they do qualify. The Jews have a list for, a task list for each of the Messiahs, what their responsibilities should be. And we're coming to that list also in a moment. Yeah, so these are the two. So to solve their dilemma, they created two Messiahs, whereas our Christian belief, we only believe in one Messiah, Jesus Christ. And the Jews rejected Jesus Christ because he did not fit. He did not fit the list. And they scratched him off. And they rejected Jesus because of that matter. Okay, now Messiah ben Joseph, according to the rabbis, is the suffering Redeemer that the Hebrew prophets often spoke of. Someone who would battle the enemies of Israel and prepare the way for Messiah ben David. So you see, he rules first. Joseph rules first. He rules first and he comes afterwards. So, okay, I hope you see the picture. He is the seventh king and he is the eighth king. He is the one that will sit in the temple of God in Jerusalem. He will be the new world order leader, but he will spend most of his time in Israel. We're coming to that in a minute. So just hold on to your seat. Joseph had dreams given to him by God himself. Now we're speaking actually of Ben Joseph. Jesus was also a type of Ben Joseph. Hope you understand about Joseph, the servant. He suffered and they wanted to kill him. They wanted to kill Joseph, and there is about over 30 types of comparison types of Jesus and Joseph. And this is what the Jews see also in the Messiah. And they have to come a Messiah so that he can fit that role in, and that is why this man is hated by the world. We're coming to that now. Yeah, his brothers despised him for his dream, and they plotted to kill him, but instead they sell him into slavery in Egypt, where he rises to the glory of the second in command of all of Egypt, besides Pharaoh. God's anointing and blessing was on the life of Joseph for a purpose, of course. Only Pharaoh, who is called the sun and the moon, their God, was greater, not recognizing Joseph in the palace of Pharaoh. His brothers all bowed to him, begging to buy food to save the family from a severe famine. Now Joseph not only saves the lives of his family, but also neighboring nations affected by the famine. Okay. So, as I said, that in doing this, the nations around Egypt bowed down to Joseph as well. Like Joseph, our Messiah suffered. And Jesus did suffer. And so Donald Trump is also hated by the world and by Vincent Wiend. Because Vincent Wiend do not like Donald Trump. No, it's not that I don't like the man. I only speak the truth of what I am seeing. Okay? This is the reason why all watchmen feel he can't be the man, because the Democrats in the world don't like Trump. They hate Trump. They hate him. He was in repeats. They say many things of him. And so likewise they said many things of Jesus Christ in his days as well. So Donald Trump have to fit that scenario. But in reality, people, in reality, it's just a play, it is an act. They have to act this out with the Democrats and the Republicans. They have to stage it. And every day on YouTube and on Facebook, we see about Pelosi and how they are the devils. But in reality, there is no love lost between the Democrats and the Republicans. They all working together to usher in the false prophet and the Antichrist. Yes, so that is the whole scenario. Now, did you know that the resurrected Messiah is not, that is Jesus Christ, of course, is not only a Christian belief, it is also very Jewish. When Rabbi studied Zechariah 12:10-12 and realized that the Messiah must die, many of them were baffled, as I said. They wonder how could that be a triumphant Messiah die. Now, as we look at the rabbinic writings, we are told that he is the Messiah, Ben Joseph, who dies in battle. So, here we will see then, you can look through Sukkah 52, verse 8. That's what it says, that is what he will die in battle. So I personally feel that towards August, September, we will see tension of war, and I feel it will be Iran, because that's one of the greatest enemies of Israel. There will be war between Iran, possibly between Iran and the USA. So keep this an eye on this scenario. Trump may be in the forefront of this war. They assassinate him, but I put it in this question mark, is he really dead? Is he really dead? Because he has to be raised from the dead, according to the expectations of the Jews. Yeah, I believe Trump have a double. The world and the Jews may not know this. Trump do have a double. The reason Satan cannot raise the dead. Satan cannot raise the dead. And I do have a video that Trump will be raised from the dead, and he will have, Barack Obama will have a head wound. He will be resurrected and appear in the land of Galilee, according to some rabbis. And they expected Ben David to raise him from the dead. That is the expectation of the rabbis. And they do accept that. That is all on the task list. They have a task list for both for both these false messiahs in Revelation 13, 1 to 10 and 11 to 18. Yeah. Now, after the Messiah ben Joseph resurrects, then Messiah ben David will come and finish off the task appointed to the Messiah. But of course, that is some time. He will still rule for 3.5 years before he exits, and then only will this time come. But by that time comes, then the abomination takes place. Remember, they say in midway, Jesus spoke about this abomination of Daniel, and he told him, behold, let your journey not be in the winter. And he said, do not take a coat or anything, but do not look around, but flee as quick as possible. That is the warning of Jesus Christ. That is in Matthew 24. Now, according to the rabbis over centuries, these tasks include the following, and that, of course, also is the ingathering of the exiles and settling in Israel. Is one of the most important aspects of the redemption in the promise of the ingathering of the exiles, with all Jews settling in the tribal portions of the Holy Land, including the 10 lost tribes. And that is also the rebuilding of the temple will be rebuilt, of course, and that will be the central focus of the Jews. Now, it is Donald Trump's task, actually, because Donald Trump is spokesman for Barack Obama, for the Antichrist. He is the false prophet. It's not the Pope that is the false prophet. I dealt with that subject many times already, and the Pope is not the false prophet, people. The Pope belongs to Revelation 17, verse 3. In actual fact, the war and the Pope is the war. He will be killed along with the Vatican that will be destroyed, and that is Revelation 17, verse 3. I will include that video for you as well. Please watch the previous 2 videos, the coronation of Donald Trump and the war. The Pope will be killed. Watch those 2 videos, and it will also give you an idea what is going on behind the scenes and how they operate. So, okay, so now the rebuilding of the temple will be done by these 2 men together, because they will restore the Jews to the law, which is actually the Noahide law. They will defeat the enemies of Israel. They will defeat evil and bring about world peace. Now you ask me about Barack Obama. He is on the scene with Donald Trump as the 7th king. He is the 8th king, but he is also of the 7th. These two empires is the last 2 empires of Nebuchadnezzar's dream. I explained it many times in my videos. This other watchmen do not talk about these things. And how are they going to rule the world? They're going to appoint 10 kings. 10 kings will find power within 1 hour of the beast. 1 hour with the beast. And it's thinking, and I'm going to explain, I did mention this in the previous video, the coronation of Donald Trump, but I will make a separate video. I will have some more information on the 10 kings. I think I finally found all the 10 kings. I only had 8 in that one. Yeah, so there is not one single video YouTube of people that have that information. I really am serious about that. Not that I'm glorifying myself. That is not the purpose. Yeah, so this will be then be accomplished during the time. He will rule, he will sit in Brussels at the number 666. That is where he will sit. He will spend most of his time then in Israel as the Jewish Messiah. He will have a contest with the two witnesses, and he said, man, now he can't create miracles. He will receive power to do so in the last 3 years. Remember, they are already revealed. Revelation, not Revelation, 2 Thessalonians 2 verse 3 mentioned that. 2 verse 3, the apostasy comes first. The revealing comes at the apostasy, but they receive power in 2 Thessalonians 2 verse 7. That's only when the time when they can rule, when the restrainer is removed. He received his full power at the second half, and you can read it there in Revelation 13 verse 5, and it states there that he continues, Barack Obama continues. His reign ends there for 3.5 years in the New World Order reign in the European Union, and his reign then continues in Jerusalem, in the Mid-Eastern Union, Mid-Eastern Union, and I will reveal more to you about the Mid-Eastern Union when I discuss the 10 kings again. Okay? So he will rule then from Jerusalem as the 8th king, and his rule is also 3.5 years until Jesus Christ finally destroy them in Revelation 16 verse 18 with a great earthquake, and every building will be flattened, people. So the Jews have a task list for each and every Messiah of them, Messiah ben Joseph and Messiah ben David. These both have their lines from the, somebody probably switch off the video and now they don't get the full message. He's from the royal dynasty of the Merovingian kings. That stands from France, and later then in Germany. So he comes from that bloodline, and he will rule from the east. And has 2 little horns, one from the Roman Empire, and one little horn from the Grecian Empire. He is 69 times removed from Antiochus Epiphanes, and he is his grandson 69 times removed, and he will complete what Antiochus failed to do. That will be in our generation. He will complete that. He will overpower Jerusalem, and that is said by the 15-year-old boy. He's no more 15, of course. He's probably about 18 now, and that was in 2015. So he's 19 now. So according to this young man, he will overpower Israel in 2 days. And he will destroy the Israeli defense force in that in 2 days, and he will took over from them. And I will discuss further his reign in Daniel 11. So watch out for those 2 videos. I'm going to discuss that again. The 10 kings receiving power within 1 hour, and the king of the south and the king of the north. The geographic locations, that is what I'm going to discuss in the next video. So please do subscribe. Please share these videos. It's very important. And remember, I do pray for me. Pray for me and I pray for you. I always pray. I prayed for you for all tonight with my wife. We always pray around about 6 o'clock in the evening. And I do pray. I pray for you in the morning and I pray for you in the evening. Be blessed, people.